Today, I'm going to show you how I use Toggl in my business. I've been using Toggl for 3 or 4 years now, I believe, and I absolutely love it. I love being able to track everything. It's super easy for me to do all of my tracking, and I track every minute. My husband makes fun of me that we'll be talking and I'll be like, oh, hold on, let me pause my timer. I have to clock out. And I just love the accountability and I love seeing where my money is going and where my time is going to make sure that what I'm doing is profitable. So I'm going to show you my personal Toggl and how I use it. Now, I personally always have a tab of Toggl running in the background. And so I typically will have tons of tabs up top. And then I always have the upper left hand tab be Toggl. So that way I can stop and start it as I go to the bathroom, or if I take a call, or if I'm changing tasks because I have ADHD, I can go back to it. So first is your timer track. So right now I'm tracking because I'm filming right now. So I can pause this and stop it. And then I can also go back and restart the timer as well and pause it that way. Now, what you're doing, so giving you a walkthrough, we have what are you working on? So this is what you're going to type. So I can do test 1, 2, 3. This is what I'm working on. And then this tab right here, this little file folder, this is your projects. So this is the categories that you have. And I track everything from admin. So admin would be like me doing Monday hour one or working on very high level things in my business or taxes or different things like that. Then I have affiliates. So if I'm working specifically on affiliates or searching out new affiliates or emailing with affiliates, I will do that. I have blog, coaching, comments. I don't do this one too often, like YouTube comments, courses. If I'm working my courses, this is a membership. If I'm editing, if I'm education, so learning, my self-learning, emails. This was a challenge that I did, filming, freelance client that I have. If I'm working on any of her stuff, if I'm working on Instagram or doing interviews like podcast interviews, news interviews, lead magnets and funnels, masterminds, my membership, newsletter, Patreon, Pinterest, prepping for my virtual assistants, products, research and scripting, social media, speaking, sponsorships, working on thumbnails and uploading for YouTube, my tutorial channel, or working on webinars. So everything that I do, it's going to go into one of these categories. So let's say that this one is for blog. So test 1, 2, 3 is for blog. And then I can start the timer here. And that is how I run the timer. And then I can stop it. Now I can also do test 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's say that this is going to be, this is going to be for coaching. And say I did something yesterday or when I was on the road or working, I don't know, sometimes I'll be working when we're driving on a road trip and then I go back and log it. So I can hit this plus button for manual mode and I can log it for, let's say, Monday and say it was 11 o'clock a.m. until 11:42. So 42 minutes on Monday. I can add the button. And then Monday, let's see, it's going to be right here under Monday. I can see here that, oh, nope, that was the wrong one. Hold on. Where is it? Oh, test 142, coaching. It's logged right here. Now, say I did that incorrectly. I can go in and edit it by just clicking, or I can also hit this 3 dots and I can delete it as well. So that entry was deleted. So I love that I can go and do that. Now, if you see here that there's a 2, so this means that there was 2 entries for that one. So if I double click down here or just single click it, I can see that I was working on it for 1 minute, 54 seconds here, and then 3 seconds here. So I can see the different time entries. Or this video here was editing. So I was editing from 8:58 to 9:20, and then I took about a 10-minute break, and then I came back. So I probably went to the bathroom or something like that and worked from 9:30 to 9:41. So I can see the different entries. Let me find another. So this one here, this is a lead magnet that I'm working on. And so if I click on this, I can see the 4 different times. Now, if I need to edit any of these, I can edit them and just type it in here, or I can change the date, anything like that. So I love being able to see all of the entries and see exactly what I'm working on. Now, I do try to get pretty specific on what it is because I can search for things in this as well. So I try to be pretty good at labeling what I'm working on. And I always do a category as well. Now, the reports. This is another thing that I love is I can see the report. So let's go to last month here and I can see all of the, now I'm coming back from maternity leave, so I'm not working as much as I typically am, but I can see exactly how many hours I'm working on each day and all of those details. Then I can see here distribution. So I can see that 32% of my time was spent on affiliates. 13% of my time was spent on courses. 9% was on freelance. And I can also see the duration or the percentage. So I can click here and see, I can sort it for ascending or descending. So I can see, okay, 27% of my time was on affiliates. Now, like say I'm working on, let's see, membership. So say my membership, I spent an hour and 12 minutes last month on my membership, only 5% of my time. Now say I'm spending 70% of my time on my membership, but it's only bringing in 10% of my income, then it's not too equivalent unless I'm really doing a big launch or a big push or something. But from the day to day or my more products, let's move it to my digital products. So say my digital products, I sell Excel templates and printables, and say I'm spending 20 hours a week on them, but they're only bringing in 3% of my income, then that's not a good use of my time. So I need to not do that. Or if I'm spending very little amount of time on it, but it's bringing in a good percentage of my income, then I know it's going to be a good ROI to continue working on that. So I love that I can do that for each category and see, so I can do a time evaluation of what I'm working on. You can also manage projects in here, clients, members. So if you want to, you could also have for your projects, you could also do like different clients. So you could have a different client for each name. Each client could have its own project. So if you're a coach, you could, track, okay, today I'm working with Kelly. Okay, then this one could be Susie. This one could be Janet. And then each one. So you could see, okay, how much time am I spending on each client? Or how much time am I spending on email marketing? How much time am I spending on all the different things? You can have that there as well, which is awesome. So that is how I use Toggl from the day to day. Now for pricing, I do have a link down below in the description box for Toggl. I use the free version. I've been using the free version this whole entire time. It's all I've ever needed. Now, if you're doing billing rates and billable things, different things like that, then I would definitely recommend the starter package or the premium. But if you're just wanting to see, okay, where am I spending my time? Is this worth my time? All of that, I would just stick with the free version or the starter. But they do have the starter and then the premium as well. So definitely check them out. But I absolutely love Toggl and I use it for everything. Now, okay, so let's go here and I'm going to delete this project and then Toggl filming. So we started at 11:38 just because I want this to be accurate. I'm going to delete this one here. And then I'm going to double click this. And right now it is 11:47 that I'm finishing filming this video. So I'm going to press enter and now it's updated that it was 9 minutes total that I'm finishing it. So that is what's going next. And then afterwards, I'll copy this personally and then I will switch to editing. And then I will going to hit the play button and I'm going to go to edit because I'm going to download this video and then I'm going to go right to editing. And then next I'm going to go thumb and uploading, and then I'm going to make the video live. So that is my process for how I use Toggl. I would love to make more videos on Toggl. So if you want to see other videos and you have specific questions, leave them down below in the comments. I would love to answer those questions for you in a future video. And let's keep the conversation going. If you want to see side hustles that you can do from home, check out this video here. And if you want to see some Canva tutorials, how I use Canva for my business, check out this playlist here.